Hey, this is Cruz, aka CryptoCruz, once again with CoinFinancial. Sorry, I've been MIA for a little bit, actually for a month. Been very busy. Also been a little under the weather parts of that time. But here I am, I'm back. And we have a lot to talk about. Been missing a lot of information. Actually, no, I've been missing a lot of updates for y'all. All right, so my previous video, the previous one, which was a little over a month ago, we were around here. Okay, so let's just get on with it. We're around here, and I told y'all if we broke below it, if we broke below that orange line, that we could be going all the way down to around 18,800 to $19,000 per Bitcoin. All right, again, this is the Bitcoin chart. I'm sorry, I've been kind of getting ahead of myself, but yeah. So again, if we break this orange line, I said we could be going all the way down to 18,800, $19,000. One rule: don't ever try to time the bottom. Okay, if you get close to your target, start looking into buying some. Right, and that's what I did when we were getting close to that target. I started looking into buying some. But again, back to where we are here. When we broke down, we went all the way down to 21,500. Okay, and then we stayed there sideways for a few days, and we went back up to retest this orange line and got rejected and went all the way down. Okay, so when we were down here and then we started going back up, a lot of people are saying that was it, you failed, we didn't go down all the way like you said, blah blah blah, we didn't go below 20k like you said, blah blah blah, right? I told y'all it wasn't gonna be quick. It was gonna be maybe a few weeks or so, and that sure enough, that's what happened. It was like 4 weeks, right? A little over 4 week movement. I wasn't convinced that was the bottom, and then we went back up. I wasn't convinced because why? It was a weak bounce, right? And also we were still in the middle of this wide Bollinger, right? Now, when we started going down, we got rejected, and then we ended up going back down, right? And a lot of people weren't laughing anymore when that happened. I was still expecting us to go down to all the way to or close to 18,800 to 19,000. Again, don't ever try to time the bottom. We didn't quite reach that, but we got really close to it. We went all the way down to 19,500. At least it was still below 20k. Like I said, we're gonna go below 20k. All right, so but when we finally did that, we formed the squeeze finally on the Bollinger. We dipped below all three of the Bollinger bands, all three bands. We dipped below it, and then we bounced hard. Okay, we bounced up hard. Now I'm convinced that we've bottomed again, right? I was convinced over here we bottomed here. Now I'm getting convinced over here that we made a strong bounce, and that was it, right? That was it in the short term. Okay, now the target is gonna be, we'll talk about the target afterwards. Now let's talk about what news came out because of this. All right, what news is now coming out because of the dip and everything. Gary Gensler again attacking crypto, the government attacking crypto and all that stuff. Gary Gensler attacking Kraken, right? He attacked Kraken. Why did he attack Kraken? Why didn't he attack Coinbase, right? He attacked Kraken because he knew he could, right? He's pretty much bullying the small exchanges, right? He knows not to attack Coinbase because that's gonna prolong everything. Coinbase have the money to battle Gary Gensler, and he doesn't want another XRP like case, right? He made a mistake of attacking XRP, and it's drawn out for years, right? And it looks like XRP is about to win the case. Okay, now that's why, like, also another news came out, I forgot her name, but she dubbed Ethereum a security. But this is just one person, right? spooked the market and made the market go down even more, right? Or, like pretty much we were already going down. It's just more bad news was coming out, right? So again, just a bunch of FUD, right? Temporary, right? They can't stop Bitcoin though. They can't stop Bitcoin. Why? Here's the reason why. People are actually starting to realize how much we need Bitcoin. And now we're going to go to the current news of what's going on with the banks. Okay? So, the most recent one is First Republic dropped 60%. All right? That is the most recent one. I believe this was just released this morning or something. Right? I guess people are getting spooked. They're trying to get their money out of the bank, blah blah blah. Of course, another bank run stuff. This is not a small bank either. First Republic is a huge bank, but again, it looks like they're getting bailed out by the Federal Reserve and JP Morgan. Okay, so another one is the Signature Bank, the third largest US bank failure in history. Okay, the third largest bank failure in history. Unfortunately, Signature Bank is crypto friendly, so there's Binance, not Binance, sorry, Coinbase, Celsius, and another company were exposed. So that's unfortunate, but that's not gonna stop Bitcoin. Okay, I'll tell you why in a minute. And then again, the U.S. government steps in to bail out SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. Right? Why is the U.S. government bailing all these banks out, but they're not bailing out, like the crypto exchanges, right? Because, they don't want banks to fail, right? It's pretty much manipulation. Like they just don't want banks to fail. They keep saying that crypto is bad, this and that, blah blah blah, but Bitcoin was created because of this crisis, right? So how do the US government bail these banks out? By printing more money out of thin air, fake money. Just gonna print more, right? And that's gonna increase the inflation more, and it's just a circle. It just keeps going and going and going, right? There's no stopping it. There's no fixing it. It's just gonna keep getting worse. And Jerome Powell, with his interest rate hikes and everything, he pretty much caused this also, right? He caused this. Like now the banks are starting to feel it, all this interest rate hikes and everything. And hopefully he stops, but now they have to print more money, right? And what happens when you print more money? In the long run, they have to increase rates again. So it's an ongoing process. It's never gonna stop, right? This happened, all this bank run and banks collapsing, all this happened back in 2008. I don't know if y'all can remember, or if some of y'all even know. 2008, a lot of banks collapsed, and an alias named Satoshi Nakamoto, him or they, we don't know who he or they are, started formulating Bitcoin, right? And in 2009, the white paper was released and Bitcoin emerged, right? And it was coded and it's ran by codes and no one can change it and people can mine it. It's a scarce supply of 21 million Bitcoin that can ever exist. No one can create more. No one can destroy it. It can only be lost. Okay? And Bitcoin was created because of this, right? Satoshi Nakamoto thought there has to be a better way, right? There has to be a better way, and that is Bitcoin. And again, people back then, they didn't quite understand what Bitcoin is, what it does. It's just, they still believed in the US dollar at the time, right? But that is why Bitcoin was created. And now it's happening again. All this banks collapsing, it's happening again, but Bitcoin has been existing for over a decade now. And now people are starting to realize that we need a better way. And now people are flocking in to Bitcoin. And that is why, while all these banks are collapsing, Bitcoin shot up from 19,500 back to 24,300 is where we're at right now. We're back up again, right? Back up to these levels right here. But the good news is the trend, the resistance keeps going up as days go by. So now our resistance line, where are we? This resistance is right around $27,000, right? So there is a chance we could actually in a few days shoot up and be at 27.5, close to $28,000. But if this move right here kind of moves sideways a little bit and prolongs it, all I did was I simply extended this line. I extended that line, right? I extended that line, and where are we? See? If we align it to the 30K that we've been talking about, 30K is right there. That is around Monday, April 10th, 2023, right? So at around April 10th, Monday, 2023, around there, mid-April, right? We could be seeing 30K, right? And if we keep prolonging that, of course, our target just keeps increasing. In May, we could be at 35K in May. So that's my target. And what is the probability of us going there, right? This is actually a bullish candle right here. We got rejected. That is a nice hammer candle bottoming out, right? Also, we're forming a squeeze on the Bollinger. The RSI looks nice right here. The RSI is still going up, separating from that yellow line. And the MACD, we're still also moving up, about to cross that middle line and go above it. All right, and this is the weekly chart, guys. So remember, this is the weekly chart. And here's what I like to, because of that dip we made to 19,500, we have somewhat formed an inverse head and shoulders pattern right there. You see that inverse head and shoulders? Let me just, right there, right here, the head and the shoulder, and then we're back up here to the neckline. If we break this neckline right here, we're actually at the neckline. And if we break that, if we go above 25K, right, and hold support above 25K, yeah, we could definitely be going to $28,000, $27,500 to $28,000 in the short term. Okay. Now, what is the probability of us going back down to 16K, like some people are still calling? There is always a chance. But when people were calling 12K, I think that's history. That's gone, right? People calling 12K, I think that's history. And baby, my son. Yeah, so that's gone. The 12K is gone. I believe our bottom was around 15,500, 16,000. That was our bottom. Now, is there a chance we could retest that bottom? Yes, there's a chance, but I think it's a small chance. But there is a chance we could retest that. And I will let you know if that small chance increases according to the chart. But right now, I don't see it happening. All right, very small chance. Yeah, so here we are, especially if we go all the way to 28K, right? 28K, because we do have a high probability of that. Another thing too, a lot of people probably forgot about this. Grayscale, remember, sued the SEC because the SEC don't want to approve ETFs, okay? Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETF, right? They didn't want to approve it. And now the court is saying that there's no reason not to approve it, right? Like the SEC is about to lose this case. One, the SEC is losing against Ripple, It's only a matter of time Ripple wins this case. It's headed that way too, that Ripple is gonna win. And man, the catalyst, like when that happens, when, not if, when Ripple wins this case, the catalyst, that's when, you know, that's good for the whole crypto. I'm not a fan of Ripple, but I do call it the people's currency, right? But yeah, when that happens, it's good for the whole crypto industry. Okay. Also, when Grayscale wins, you know, and a spot ETF gets approved, oh my God, the gates will open up for huge more institutional investors flocking into Bitcoin. All right. So that, what I believe is the catalyst that's going to happen, that will bring us to 30K, past 30K, all the way to 35K. And that just brings us back to that euphoric bull run, right? And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing in the chart. That's why I'm saying it's a good chance, really great chance, Ripple's gonna win this case. And then soon enough, we're gonna have a spot ETF because Grayscale is gonna win the case against the SEC. So that's where we're at. I'd just like to show y'all one more chart. This one is actually a good chart. It's a bottom indicator. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Brave New Liquid chart, BLX. This is the Bitcoin chart, and I'm gonna go to the month. Again, this is I'm gonna hide that. I'm gonna take out my and then I'm gonna change it to logarithmic. Yes, I'm doing a lot, right? But if you could follow, learn what I'm doing, then this one right here, boom. All right, now what is this? Okay, what is this? This is a bottom indicator. It only happened 2 times in the past, and what's happening right now is going to be the 3rd time it ever happened in Bitcoin's history. We are in the monthly chart. Okay, this is the monthly chart, and this indicator right here, the green bars, indicates buying opportunities, right? Buying opportunities, and when it stops, it's usually indicate a bottom. When the green bars stops printing, usually indicates a bottom, and we are now headed to the races, going up, right? So back in 2015, this is the monthly chart. In 2015, it was 11 months. This is 11 bars, green bars, which is 11 months. And after the 11th month, on the 12th month, it stopped printing, which is approximately right here. And guess what happened after that? A huge spike. This doesn't look big, but again, this is the monthly chart. This candle went from $240 all the way to $360. So that's more than a 50% gain. That's way more than a 50% gain in, that's more than a 50% gain in about a month. All right, so 11 candles printed green, and then on the 12th it stopped, indicated the bottom, and we're headed to the races. And then we just kept going up from there, all the way up. All right, this doesn't count because it was only one. It has to be consecutive prints. So the second time it happened was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months it printed. This was the 2018 bear market. 6 months it printed, and then on the 7th month when it stopped, guess what? Boom, we are headed to the races. And that's when we saw our run up all the way to $67,000. And now it started printing again here. Guess what? The longest The longest we've had was 11 months. This one, if you count it, we are actually on the 10th bar, 10th month printing green, right? Next month, which is April, if we print another green, that will be the 11th month. And again, the previous two, the max was 11 months, right? But if we don't print that green bar in April, that means we bottomed. But again, don't wait for I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is only for educational purposes. Full disclosure down below in the description. But again, don't wait for the bar to stop, right? The bar to stop printing green, okay? Because what green means is the best buying opportunity, right? If you have any extra money, or when I have extra money, I'm buying. Yeah, spare change, whatever, I'm buying, right? While it's printing green, because when it stops printing green, oh man, who knows how big of a spike we'll get, right? To initiate our next run up, our next euphoric bull market. All right. So again, we're in the 10th candle. We're waiting for the 11th. Bar. We're waiting for the 11th bar in April to see if it's going to be green or not. Actually, this one could still change, right? It's green right now, but it hasn't printed, right? Because the month is not over. We're only we're in the middle of March, okay? So if this turns gray by the end of the month, oh man, we're headed to the races. All right, so that's another indicator that we have bottomed. So again, stay even keel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video, hit that notification bell so you'll get notified when I upload videos. Again, thank you for all your support. Just don't forget to subscribe and keep this channel going. All right, thank you. Till next time, bye.